When you think of the Golf 8 name tag from VW, you think Verpa, the driver's car, a fun hot hatch to drive. We are going to discuss this beautiful Golf 8.5 TSI. I know it's not a GTI or an R, but I'm definitely going to show you this beautiful 8.5 GTI and what's been done to the car, the competition that is getting narrower and narrower, cost of ownership, and as well as the interior features of this car. Now, as always, make sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Let's get into it. The hatchback segment in South Africa is getting narrower and too expensive. Had you told me 10 years ago that a base price hatchback from a German manufacturer will cost 900,000, I would have simply told you that you are lying. And it makes sense why Chinese brands excel so much in the South African market. The German brands are getting too expensive. And I really like that VW have now reconsidered the price of this vehicle. It's now cheaper besides their rivals. Their rivals are too expensive, and we are going to discuss that in a few minutes. The base price of the Golf 8.5 TSI starts from 500,000 rands, and we know in true VW fashion, this car would have costed 700,000 rands for a base price and would have went up to a million or even over a million for an R-Line fully spec. I really like how they came with that prices that fits this car. I truly think this is going to work well besides the rivals. And what I mean by the rivals, I mean the Audi A3 and the Mercedes-Benz A-Class. Let's save that comparison for the later part of the video. Now let's talk about what's been done to this car, and I will actually tell you my full verdict at the end of the video. The notable upgrade that was done to the car on the exterior side is the rear tail lamps, which really look nice. If you've been following this channel, you know how I feel about the clear tail lamp. They fit the personality of this car. In this color, they really look nice. The front bumper looks more aggressive and it looks really revised. However, the nicer exterior bits and pieces are reserved for the R-Line models. The base model kinda looks plain. I really like the R-Line version of this. It makes it look really aggressive and really revised. Another upgrade that was done to this car is now the VW badging on the front. It illuminates. It will now match the beautiful LED light system from the VW. We know how that LED bar, when it's switched on, it looks really great. So the whole front will now illuminate, from the lights to the light bar and also the badging. So overall, the exterior features of this car and what's been done to the car really looks good. It makes this car looks really nice, but for the R-Line models. And I can definitely tell you that if you are getting this car, just get it in the R-Line or the R-Line Plus. Speaking about the models, there are 4 trim levels, which is the Life, that is the base model. It starts at 580,000 rands. Comes the Life Plus, the R-Line, and the top of the range, the R-Line Plus, which comes in at 688,000 rands. That is the top of the range. All models use that same engine of 1.4 TSI that produces 110 kilowatts and 280 newton meters of torque. It is all paired to an 8-speed Tiptronic transmission, which works great. We know how reliable, frugal, and punchy that set is. The 1.4 and the Tiptronic gearbox, they work really well. Now let's get into the interior of this car. There we are in this beautiful 8.5 model, and I'm going to show you what's been done to this specific vehicle. So you are greeted by this amazing leather wrap steering wheel, which has your pedal shifters right here, feel really proper. And you have your digital display up front. Nothing was done to the digital display. You still get the same digital display in the 8 model, which is right here. And you have your infotainment screen right here. The huge changes with regards to this infotainment screen, a lot of things was done to this infotainment screen. It's much more huge now, it's much more big. I will put the size on the screen right now, and let me show you the functionality of this. It's not laggy, it's not as laggy as you would expect it to be, and when you shift it, and you get your profile, your modes. This is where you can essentially put your car in eco, comfort, sport, or individual. Individual is a setting where you can put your car to how you prefer it, and you have your climate control that is here, and it's touch haptics. I don't really like this touch haptic feed button right here. This car is filled with a lot of piano black elements. I guess this is where every manufacturer is going. And when you come down here, you have your storage where you can put your phone. It has wireless charging. I really like it. That's a good touch. And you have your two USB type C port right here. Proper man, type C. This is where everywhere a manufacturer is going. And you have this air vents right here. The build quality of this car, it feels proper, man. It's not a plasticky material. It's not a plasticky material. It feels really planted. I really like this design right here. And this car has ambient lighting. Imagine a Bushu Joe Zaga Digara 8.5, that is ambient lighting. Proper stuff. Proper stuff. This design, it feels really nice. And when you come out here, you have your gear knob, this smaller gear knob. Hey man, I guess this is where most of the manufacturers are going with regards to their gear knobs, because even BMW has the same, smaller gear knob. Jogging gear knob that I can touch and equally change. Key feeling that I'm driving a car, but it's just sad, it's sad, but it really looks nice though. It looks nice. I really like how this interior is pointing to the driver of this car. So yeah, you have your gear knob, you have a storage where you can put your phone, two cup holders right here, which feels really proper. Your 12-volt socket that is here, your 12-volt socket. And you have your armrest right here. Inside the armrest there's a storage compartment. Proper. I really like this seats, guys. Don't mind my bag. I really like the seats. These seats are proper, man. They have your R line badging, the R badging over here, and I'm sitting in a driver's position, and I can tell you are going to be comfortable in this seat. And you have your glass panoramic sunroof right here. Proper stuff, man. Just get the glass panoramic sunroof and you can essentially, close it like this or open it, and this is your switch to operate your glass panoramic sunroof. You can essentially use this button to open or close. VW is actually taking this touch haptic thing, serious. Got like everything right here, it's actually touch haptic, but I really like that on the steering wheel it's actual buttons. It's not this touch haptic, buttons right here. So overall, the interior of this car, give VW, Joe. Give VW, and if you've been in VW, you will know how VW feels. It feels like a VW being in here. So let's go at the back and let's see the practicality of this car. We are at the back of the Golf 8.5, and being in here, I don't know if it's the seat position, it's as far back as possible or what, but I think so. I think it's as far back as possible, So the seats at the back, they feel proper, man. They feel really nice. You have your isofix points right here, and you have your aircon vents, going to the back. They feel really proper. And down here you have your two USB port, type C port. Nice touch. The passengers are how the gas is so good. And these seats feel really proper. The headroom is massive, as you can see. Like, it's really huge. I'm not really sure with regards to the legroom. I think it's because this seat is reclined back as possible, but even in that state, I feel really comfortable being in here. The legroom proper. Now let me show you the boot and sum this review up. The car has a boot capacity of 381 liters, and you get the biscuit spare wheel. That is the thought that counts, man. You don't get spare wheel at all in other manufacturers. You only get tire repairing kit. It's the thought that counts. And the boot space in this car is enough. You get your 12-volt socket, 2 grocery hitch, and your parcel shelf. And this button that you are looking at will come in handy. That's the button to use when you want your tow bar to actually come out. You press it and your tow bar comes out. You press it again and your tow bar can actually go back in. That's a great feature from VW, but I prefer driving with tow bar back out. Should anyone just come to decide to just bump my car, they actually come across the tow bar. So overall, the space of this car is enough, and the boot is immaculate. The base price of VW Golf 8.5 R-Line starts at 598,000 rands, essentially 600,000 rands. So the one that you're looking at has been spec'd with options worth 90,000 rands, and it goes up to 738,000 rands. So if you finance 738,000 rands for over a period of 5 years with no deposit, no balloon payment, at an interest rate of 12.25%, you are looking to pay just 14,000 rands. And you get 3-year 120,000 kilometer warranty and a 5-year 90,000 kilometer service plan. And let's discuss why I think this car is cheaper than the competition. So if you take a look at the competition, you are looking at the Audi A3, Mercedes-Benz A-Class, and BMW 1 Series. Base price of Audi A3, it's 808,000 rands, and it goes all the way to 834,000 rands fully spent. Mercedes-Benz, the base price it's 889,000 rands, and it goes to 961,000 rands. That's close to $1 million. The base price of the BMW 1 Series is 891,000 rands, and it goes to 952,000 rands. So if you take a look at the hot hatch or the hatchback segment in South Africa from the Germans, they are really expensive, and this is where I think VW would get their piece of the pie. I mean, the base price of this car is 590,000 rands, 500,000 rands, and the top spec goes all the way to 700,000 rands depending on how you spec the car, but it won't cross the mark of 800,000 rands because I think some of the specification or extras are unnecessary. So let's just say 700,000 rands. So if you take a look at those hatchback that are just named right now, and you take a look at the VW makes much more sense. Plus, considering that this car has a street cred, and it's a boy car, man. It's a boy car, not even a boy car or a Grootman's car. So if you just want a sensible car, that you can daily every day, at the same time it has practicality, looks, and the sportiness, this car makes sense. I'm not saying other cars do not have all those things, but if you take a look at the VW and Golf name tag, you are actually getting a lot for that money, and this car is really, really, really cheap. It's very cheap. Well, cheap besides their competition, So VW, I think VW has actually hit the right price in terms of this car. It's priced correctly, it drives really well, the quality of this car feels really good, though the segment of the hatchback is actually getting narrower in South Africa. Is this a car that you would consider? Comment down below, tell me what do you think of this car. So as always, make sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Now this is where I sign out, and I hope you enjoyed the content, and peace guys.